Now let me ask you something honestly. When was the last time a phone update actually made your device feel truly new? Not just faster, not just smoother, but genuinely different, because One UI 8.5 is aiming to do exactly that. For a long time, smartphone updates have been predictable. You get a few new features, a few visual changes, and that's it. But One UI 8.5 feels like Samsung is trying to change the relationship between you and your phone. This is not just a maintenance update. This is Samsung quietly redefining what a Galaxy phone should feel like in daily life. What makes this update even more interesting is the timing. Traditionally, Samsung waits for new flagship phones to introduce major software versions, but this time, development is moving unusually fast. The beta program is already very mature, which tells us something important. Samsung is confident in stability, confident in performance, and confident that this software is ready to stand on its own. And once you look at what One UI 8.5 brings, that confidence starts to make sense. The first thing you'll notice is the atmosphere of the system. One UI 8.5 doesn't just change the look, it changes the feel. The interface now has more depth, more layers, and more natural motion. Icons feel more alive. Animations feel more organic. Transitions feel more connected. Your phone feels less like a collection of apps and more like a single, continuous experience. The quick panel has been redesigned into something much more personal. It's now modular and customizable in a much deeper way. Instead of adjusting your habits to the phone finally adjusts to you. The lock screen also feels more intelligent, with a clock that adapts better to your wallpaper and notifications, making your phone feel more expressive even before you unlock it. But One UI 8.5 is not really about visuals, it's about intelligence. Samsung is clearly moving toward a future where your phone doesn't just wait for instructions, it understands intentions. Photo editing is a great example of this. The new continuous photo assist features make editing feel like a conversation instead of a process. You guide, the phone helps, and the result comes together naturally. Sharing files is also becoming more seamless. Quick Share is faster and smarter. But the real breakthrough is storage sharing between Galaxy devices. You'll be able to access another phone's storage directly without sending or copying files. It's like turning multiple devices into one connected ecosystem. Once you use something like this, going back feels impossible. Screen recording becomes more practical with partial screen capture, allowing you to record only what matters. This sounds small, but it changes how people create tutorials, guides, and demonstrations every day. Samsung DeX continues to evolve as well. With One UI 8.5, it becomes more stable, more usable, and closer to a true desktop experience. Samsung's vision of replacing a computer with a phone gets a little more realistic with every update. Now let's talk about one of the most human features of this update: smart voicemail. This is not just a place where messages go to be forgotten. This is an intelligent system. While someone is leaving you a message, your phone can transcribe it in real time. If it's important, you can answer immediately. Later, you can read a summary, copy the text, or listen to the audio. Your phone is no longer just recording information, it's helping you react to it. And this connects to Samsung's bigger goal: deeper AI integration. Across the system, the assistant experience is becoming more contextual, more useful, and more aware of what you're trying to do. The phone starts to feel less like a tool and more like a partner. Of course, intelligence means nothing without trust. That's why One UI 8.5 also focuses heavily on security and privacy. Better theft protection, smarter authentication locks, improved auto blocker systems, and stronger background privacy controls make your phone safer without making it more complicated. Performance and battery life are also getting smarter. Instead of just limiting apps, the system now learns how you use your phone and adjusts power usage accordingly. The goal is simple: longer battery life without sacrificing speed. And almost every Samsung app is being refreshed: browser, calculator, clock, calendar. reminders, everything is becoming more consistent, more fluid, and more unified. The system finally feels like one product, not many pieces. Now let's talk about who gets this update. One UI 8.5 is expected to arrive on a very wide range of Galaxy devices, from older flagships to mid-range phones, tablets, and even rugged devices. That tells us something important. Samsung wants this experience everywhere, not just on the newest and most expensive phones. So is One UI 8.5 a small step? No, it's a shift in direction. Even though it's based on Android 16, the way Samsung is reshaping the experience makes it feel like the beginning of a new chapter. If Samsung releases this earlier than expected, it will send a clear message. Software is now leading the Galaxy experience, not following it, of course, until everything is official. We should be cautious about timelines, but one thing is already clear. One UI 8.5 is one of the most thoughtful and ambitious updates Samsung has worked on in years. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you want most from One UI 8.5? Better design, smarter features, better battery, or a more personal experience? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to stay ahead of every Samsung update, every leak, and every new feature, make sure you're subscribed to Tech Insights. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.